right. 1 week from today, Hollywood's biggest night celebrates a year of groundbreaking cinema. But this year's Best Picture race has got everybody guessing.
It's going to be a good race here. We're talking about the indie sensations to the dramas. The path to the Oscars goal is has never been more unpredictable.
Oh, but we have someone who's in the know. Entertainment reporter Joel Gargiulo. Thanks for being up and at 'em.
Oh my gosh, you have a huge week ahead.
Okay,
Huge.
yeah. Oh
I leave tomorrow for LA. We'll be reporting, all
Safe
week
travels.
there. I'm geeking out because, so as someone who loves movies, this is so exciting. Normally you go into award season and there's a clear front runner. Last year we knew it was Oppenheimer. They were sweeping everything. When it comes to Best Picture, we don't have that this year. It's kind of anyone's game, which I love that. And I also, I know I mentioned this to you personally, but the way that I want everyone to think about this, there's so many movies. I know, Michelle, you were saying, I think you've seen one.
Yeah.
The Oscars are a great time for discovery for film as well. So it's okay if you haven't seen them yet. You still have time. So we'll talk more after the package. So when it comes to Best Picture, at one moment it's Emilia Perez, which is the front runner. The next it is The Brutalist. Then Conclave starts picking up steam, and now we have Anora emerging as a kind of front runner. All of this to say, it has been a twist-filled journey that has led to one of the most exciting Oscar races in recent memory.
Like Cinderella. Yes, Cinderella.
A story of an unlikely romance.
Seriously.
A legendary musician's untold journey. An architect's American dream.
These are yours.
A wicked backstory.
You're green.
I am. A cartel musical. And a tale of power, faith, and secrets.
The throne is vacant.
Among the 10 films vying for Oscar's top prize.
Away. Yes, away.
But this year's Best Picture race is anything but predictable.
What are we looking at with Best Picture?
It's wide open. Some people thought it was The Brutalist. Some people thought it might be Conclave. I'm a big fan of Dune Part 2. If there is a picture that is sort of slightly becoming a frontrunner, I look at Anora as that film. It's very unconventional. You're laughing and you're crying at the end.
After taking home some major Guild Awards and lead actress for Mikey Madison at the BAFTAs, Anora, the $6 million Cinderella story, is now a frontrunner. How has this been for you?
It's all going by so quickly, and I want to really savor it.
What has been the reward of working on Anora?
Being able to play such an incredible, vulnerable, strong character like Anora, to me, that's the reward.
The dramedy, as well as some controversy, dethroned the musical Emilia Perez, which started on top with 13 nominations, the most of any film this year.
My buildings were devised to endure such erosion.
But we can't count out The Brutalist, starring Adrian Brody as an architect who discovers the brutal side of capitalism. That one had been an early favorite among critics.
The Brutalist feels like such a monumental cinematic achievement that I see a world where The Brutalist wins Best Picture, Best Director, and Best Actor in something of a mini sweep.
This is a conclave, Aldo. It's not a war.
It is a war.
Then there's also Conclave, the people thriller which pulls back the curtain on the selection of a new pope, just took home the BAFTA for Best Film.
To be able to act with someone like John, that's the reward. This is like the icing on the cake.
It's just a wonderful feeling because it's something that we all share together.
10 films, 1 statue, and a Best Picture race that has Hollywood holding its breath.
So it's anybody's game.
Right? I'm calling it the big 6 at this point.
Okay.
Really, I mean, there's 10 films up for Best Picture. There's 6 that have a shot. I can give recommendations for, whatever you want to watch. I'll tell you, for family friendly, obviously we have Wicked, Anora. This, you got to make sure the kids are not around when you watch, but it's a great New York story. Very spicy, Cinderella story. The Brutalist, just a great movie. I think one of the best movies that we have this year. Conclave, one of the best ensembles I think I've seen so far. Also, A Complete Unknown. Just a beautiful, beautiful movie. A Real Pain is not nominated for Best Picture, but it's another one that I would highly recommend just for a great time. I mean, there's great films this year.
A real thing you can get, you can walk out, you feel good.
You feel good. You feel,
Actually, Joel's who would win Best Picture. If you could pick,
I think
what
The
was your favorite?
Brutalist is probably the best film of the. Actually, I think Wicked too. I do think The Brutalist is one of the best films.
Okay.
I don't know. So yeah, right. You all win. You all get a trophy. I would be that person. No, it's very exciting. And again, it all leads up to the Oscars, which, by the way, I do want to mention, they start earlier this year, 7, which is fantastic. But it makes it exciting because we don't know what's going to happen. So you got to stay up. to-
What about the other award shows? Don't you usually get like a wink and a nod and you get an
So,
idea from
so
the
it's
other award
different.
shows?
So PGAs, DGAs, that's going to Honora, and that's where things started to shift. All of the momentum had been with The Brutalist, but then you have these other shows. But however, then you had the BAFTAs last weekend. That went to Conclave. Like it's
Critics' Choice.
Critics'
Look at all the different
Critics' Choice,
awards.
but Critics' Choice, the voting was early. Keep in mind, the Oscars voting closed on the 18th. So now I'm getting so nerdy on you guys. This is where like my former inner accountant comes out, like somebody who loves numbers. So when someone's voting, maybe Honora wasn't their top pick, but then it starts winning all of these other awards, and you're like, oh wait, let me pay attention to that. It can shift the momentum.
Interesting.
So
Because it looked like early on Amelia Perez was like going to be
it lost all of it, lost most of it. But Zoe Saldana will win, should win for best supporting best supporting actress for sure. So that'll be a win. Yeah.
All right.
Looking forward
Good
to
stuff
it.
coming up this week.
Look forward to seeing you in LA.
Me too.
Yeah, get
And
some
fun.
tan
Safe
going
travels.
on.
The tan in a can,
right?
It's gonna be my tan in a can.
She doesn't have time to tan. Are you kidding?
Channel 7,
Really
of course,
busy.
is your place for all things Oscars next weekend. Sunday, our coverage gets started at 3:30 in the afternoon on the red carpet.
That's followed by World News Tonight, 4:30. Then 5 o'clock, we're back on the red carpet with 2 shows counting down to the Oscars. That gets started at 7 o'clock.
After the Oscars, we kick off a new season of American Idol. Then, of course, Eyewitness News at 11. And don't forget, Monday morning, it's live with Kelly and Mark after the Oscars special. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.